After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of travel, but as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I felt a whole year. It felt like a lifetime. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love. Bellariva was my chance to take a break. Unfortunately, that would have to wait. The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these. I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off. I saw a guitarist wearing these at a show once. Rock and roll repair woman, at your service. My passport. Not many blank pages left now. My parents took this after I made my first repair. Seems like a lifetime ago. Looking forward to taking more close-ups of my fingers with this. Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food festival, taking place in a few days' time. After living off TV dinners and instant ramen, of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it, so I figured I'd head out the next day and find some work. My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple, stationary life. I knew I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of our antiques came from. I loved figuring out my story in Bellariva began with a little girl. It was my first morning in Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel. In the main square, meanwhile, preparations were underway As I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of Bellariva would need me. I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake when I felt someone tapping me on the back.
Hi, I'm Izzy.
It was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have gotten hold of one of my flyers. She rummaged.
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore. I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal... Why did you do that? How did you do that? I didn't see.
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
Will you dream a dream for me? If I sit by your side and hold you so tight, know that I will always love you.
When it finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. When Izzy's friends called for her, she dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me. I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life had been shattered. Part I wouldn't be able to fix. My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing small jobs in and around the square. I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a message asking me to make one more visit. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from the beach. Bathed in the evening light, it looked beautiful, in spite of its flaking paintwork and chipped tiles. The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a long day at the office.
Are you Maria? My name's Joseph. I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up properly.
On the mantelpiece, I saw the remains of a broken statue. Without thinking, I picked up a fragment.
Ah, my father's statue. What's left of it? It survived 100 years in this family. But 5 minutes with Isabel and... Do you think you can salvage it? Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks. Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label. Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together? Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom.
Sorry. I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again?
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. I guess keeping Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that... My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers, cradling. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped me.
Hello, Maria? Were you here yesterday handing out...
Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice.
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As Carmen chatted,
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for some... Can you see if you can figure out what... Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this. You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it.
looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up. I should make sure I screw everything back together. When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's ready to go. It'll be ringing off the hook in no...
That's if I can pay my phone bill, anyway. And the rent, and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be right with you. Your coffee's on the house.
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone. As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a call for some cooking advice.
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel the eye roll.
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. Actually, I might have another job for you.
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. The woman in front of me was immaculate, not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister...
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them couldn't. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful reflex camera. Any professional...
The viewfinder is completely dark. I can't see anything through it at all. I assume you can figure out what's wrong? I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
If I used the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror. Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working. Looks like something is still missing. I think I've missed a screw somehow. I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I
picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition. The first of its kind.
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than... It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford somewhere better? She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. Sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming if she thought...
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm...
That didn't sound good. If Hurricane Helena was about to hit,